Yeah, we're sharing pundit quotes that Tom Tomorrow has put together from when before the war started or right after the war started. We already gave you Bill O'Reilly saying that the military action will not last more than a week in Iraq, and Bill Kristol saying there's no such thing as a Shia-Sunni conflict. It's just a pop psychology. Of course, that's on Fox News Channel. Now let's continue with some other great pundit quotes. On April 9th, 2003, a little after the war started, on Fox News Channel again, Dick Morris, our old friend Dick Morris, quote, "Over the next couple of weeks, when we find the chemical weapons this guy was amassing, the left is going to have to hang its head for 3 or 4 more years."
Good. The left was supporting you anyway.
Good point, Dick. Here's Fred Barnes on Fox News Channel on April 10th, 2003. "The war was the hard part, and it gets easier. I mean, setting up a democracy is hard, but not as hard as winning a war."
Nice job, Fred. You nailed it.
Here's old friend Tony Snow, Fox News Channel, April 13th, 2003. "The 3-week swing through Iraq has utterly shattered skeptics' complaints." Here's Charles Krauthammer. He's on Inside Washington on April 19th, 2003. He's one of the principal neocons, and he works the Washington Post as well, or writes editorials for them. Quote, "The only people who think this wasn't a victory are Upper West Side liberals and a few people here in Washington." All right, our old friend Chris Matthews, and I love this one, on MSNBC, May 1st, 2003.
This one's a tough one for Chris.
Quote, "Americans love having a guy as president, a guy who has a little swagger. The women like this war. I think we like having a hero as our president. We're not like the Brits."
What a moron.
Oops. Wow. And you wonder why I get it, Chris Matthews. Because that is just flat out stupid. And partly offensive and grotesquely wrong, as it turns out. Here's Howard Fineman on MSNBC on May 7th, 2003. Obviously, he writes for Newsweek as well. Quote, "We had controversial wars that divided the country. This war united the country and brought the military back."
Well, at least his doesn't involve nonsense predictions and dismissals of everyone else. I mean, at the time, he's saying it the day that after Bush had declared the victory, he's thinking, all right, well, I guess the war's over. And if that's the case, it was successful.
Of all the quotes, that is the least offensive.
Right.
The one I'm about to say might be the most offensive.
Right.
Here's Mona Charon, syndicated column, April 9th, 2003. Quote, "American forces are being love-bombed by Baghdadis on a daily basis. Everywhere they go, Americans are cheered and thanked profusely."
Love bombs.
Those love bombs keep on coming, Mona. And, of course, Morton Kondracki, posing as a liberal on Fox News Channel.
He doesn't even pose anymore.
Yeah, I guess he's given that up. April 12th, 2003. Quote, "There's a lot of work yet to do, but all the naysayers have been humiliated so far. The final word on this is hooray."
On April 12th, 2003, Morton Kondracki delivering the final word.
The final word on Iraq, according to Fox News Channel, was hooray.
Hooray.
Man, how wrong were they? And now they talk about, as we read in all these quotes, about how the left has to be humiliated and embarrassed, and they should never show their face again. So I guess that applies to them, right? They're never going to show their face again, right? Fox News Channel isn't going to have any of these guys on to do any more predictions, right? Not about the Iran war, not about the rest of the Iraq war. These guys are an embarrassment. They were 100% wrong on every single prediction and statement. And they still got that swagger Chris Matthews talks about. They're unremittent. I guess they can't be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for them.